Welcome back to the show. Listen, we've talked about the pandemic for almost 3 years now, but stress in itself is a pandemic. And of course, the pandemic has led to more stress, which leads to more stress pandemic. Donna Henhoeffer joins me here on the show to talk about this. And Donna, I like the idea that you're taking this, what we saw as this viral photograph on social media of this young man who works in the hospitality industry, and there he is, sitting on the ground behind the counter, and you could just say, you could just see that he was done, like his spirit was crushed. And this stood out to you, didn't it?
It stood out because I worked in the hospitality industry for 30 years. I was a chef, I was an event planner, and when I saw it, it just rang so true. And I thought, you know what, how do I help reach whoever's watching if they're working in industries, and it's certainly not just the hospitality industry, but actually give them a tool that's in their own hands that they can sort of practice at any time and start to flush this stress that's in them.
Right. And because before the show, you sort of described how stress affects us, and I think we all think we know how it affects us, but I think you know better than most. So really describe that, break that down for us.
So first of all, we're all energy, right? And I know that's a hard one, but energy and stress are so related. So everything is moving, the energy needs to flow. What happens with stress is it all goes up into the top of our head, right? And because we're thinking about something from the past or in the future, and it's draining us and it's making us feel powerless. So when we get in that space, our emotions take over, and the stress just continues to perpetuate. And what happens is when you are under stress, you resist change, right? So, and the thing is, it also doesn't give you any clarity. So really what I wanted to do was talk about it and show you a few things so that it's easier for the audience to sort of...
And I think we often hear, when we talk about stress, people say the very simplest thing, right? They say, well, step back and take a moment. Well, what do I do in that moment? Exactly. Because I'm still thinking about what I'm stressed about. So, but you have some practical solutions.
Exactly.
For that.
So first thing in that moment is take a breath.
Okay.
And we need to learn to breathe more with our belly. There's so much about breath work right now, but really just breathe with your belly to get that part. And we want to ground. So the easiest thing to ground, if you don't know how to ground, just put your middle finger and your thumb, and just get back in your body. Push your feet on the floor. Feel heavy in your body. Okay, that's going to at least get you clear in that moment. What I want to show you is things that you would practice so that you get in the habit and then it starts to become natural.
Okay.
So HeartMath Institute is a scientific foundation organization that really looks at stress, emotions, and how they interact with our heart and with our brain.
Okay.
So they have a 60-second practice that anyone can do, and I'm going to show you.
Oh, let's do it.
So what we're going to do is, so the heart is the only one that can sort of, it holds the space, so nothing else can touch the heart, which is why we want to be in heart coherence. So what I'm going to get you to do is just breathe slowly. We want to slow down the breath and slow with your belly, but actually imagine that your heart is the one that's doing the breathing. So you bring the air in through your heart. Now, I know this could feel awkward, and I'm not about getting it right today, but just breathe through. And when you're doing that, think about something that's really positive. Whether that's birth of a child, somebody has a new puppy, you got a job promotion, whatever it is that brings some form of appreciation. And when you're focusing that and smiling and really with your heart and breathing that way, you tell me. I mean, what do you feel? Do you feel anything?
I feel good already because as soon as you told me to think of something positive, it's easy to find.
So what happens is the body starts to warm up. We can release the stress, and it really stops draining those emotions. The thing is, that's not really just enough. A lot of people want to get into, oh, I feel good. Well, I want to get you to flush the stress.
Okay.
So we're going to just put our hands together, get them activated.
Okay.
And if you just sort of, again, look inside your hand and smile a little bit, but if you can feel, we're an electromagnetic field as well. So in there, and again, if you're new to it, you might not feel it, but do you feel anything?
I do, and I'm not new to it because my personal trainer has had me do these
So what happens, I'm an energy healer now, but what happens is you can start to really feel and pull the energy. Point being, for everybody that's listening, is there's energy that's there. So when you get that activated, now I want you to just put it on your forehead, because all the stress goes up to the forehead.
Why does it go there?
Because that's our frontal lobes. That's where the thinking brain and the creative, everything's going there, right? So it's pushing everything to the front. So what you want to do is, we're going to do this, you're going to just trace, your body naturally has meridian lines. You're going to trace to the temples, to the ears, around the back, below your ears, down under your neck, right? We don't need to see that, but, and then down, just right down through. Bring it to your hands to your heart. So you want to just trace. We're actually tracing meridian lines. Then while you're still doing it, just cup your hand under the other one. You're doing this a little slower, but I know we only have a few minutes.
Right.
And then you just switch it over. The other hand to the other spot. It might seem a little wonky, and again, like anything, it's just unfamiliar.
Well, I mean, so listen, people at home are watching, and they have, you know, misconceptions about these sort of things, and they become cynical about it. But what I will say is just to try it. Right? We can all laugh things like this off, and as I said to you, you know, I've been introduced to this. I've been very fortunate, not only my personal trainer, but having people like you on the show over the years, and it really can make a difference.
Now I know that I sort of just did this, but I want people to know it's really that, because doing this, we have meridian lines. It's bringing that and starting to get the body to metabolize what's going on.
And you'll work with clients for like weeks.
We do.
On this, right?
For people that are really under stress, 3 weeks to flush that stress out of the body.
Donna, before I run out of time, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but tell everybody at home how to get in touch with you.
They can, I think you're putting up on the screen, but Equilibrium is our company. You'll find us there at equilibrium.ca. You can download exactly what I just showed you.
Perfect.
And ask any questions.
Thank you so much, Donna. We'll be right back.